There are a number of different ways that you can go about viewing your Google Calendar or your Google Calendars if you have more than one. Up along the upper right here, you can view your calendar in different ways. You can view it as one day just by clicking on that, and you can see that that's just my events on Sunday, November 27th. You can view by the week, and that will run from Sunday to Saturday. You can view it by the month, which gives you this view. I tend not to use this view simply because I do have a lot of stuff on each day and it does not show all of my events. You can see here that some of them are listed, and then I'll get something that'll say, but there's 6 more on the list. So some people really like month. Month just doesn't work very well with me because I have so much stuff on each day. You can narrow it from 7 days down to 5 days if you want to do that. And then there's something here called agenda, which looks like an agenda. It's got the times specifically listed and what that particular activity is. This is not a bad daily view to have. Under more, it's just a print and a refresh option. We'll talk about the settings later in another tutorial. So depending on how much you use your Google Calendar, you can decide what view you would prefer it to have. I tend to stay more with just a weekly view so I can see what's coming up during the week. Over on the left-hand side, you have a little mini calendar here, which is kind of nice if you just want a quick look at a month. And then you have what's called My Calendars. Now with your Google account, you will have one that is set up automatically for you, and you can think of that as your personal one. And everything that you see listed under that one for me, these are all calendars that I have created. These are all separate calendars. I have a couple for Battle of the Books. I have one for library checkouts. I have a school one versus my personal one. I have History Day. I had a North Scott High School golf calendar because my son played golf. I have quite a few. So you can see that some of these are colored in. When it's colored in, that means it's being displayed on the calendar. So for example, if I were to click Deb Personal, take the color off, you can see that much of my calendar disappears. I have a tendency to write down everything on my calendar, so I would be very lost without my personal calendar displayed. Another one that I have made is called a library checkout calendar. That lets me know when classes are coming in to check out books. You can see that I do not have that colored in right now, but if I were to click that, you'll notice all of these little brown ones came up. Brown is the color of that calendar, and that way I can see what teachers are bringing classes down to the library. I do choose to keep that one unclicked for now, just because it makes my calendar look too full. We had a book fair calendar. If I click that now, nothing will show up because our book fair is currently gone. So I'm going to unclick that because I'm not using it right now. My school calendar is another really important one. Anything that's purple. So if I click that and I take it off, then everything that I have scheduled for school is gone, which would be all of my classes and any meetings that I have. So I always keep that one checked. I've got some History Day calendars and a few other ones down here. So those are all my calendars. And as you can see, it's kind of a layering effect. I've got over 10 calendars here, but at any given time, I may not have all of them displayed because either A, the activity's not going on, or B, it just clutters my calendar up too much. Down here, below that is what's called other calendars. These are calendars that people have shared with me. I'm not the owner of them, but they are shared with me. And there's really only one that I keep turned on, and that's the H2 Computer Lab where I have class. If I were to see somebody schedule that, it would show up on here, and that way I would know there was some sort of a conflict going on. So those are just some of the views with other calendars and the calendars that you make. Another note here is you can flip through the different days. If I have this by week, it's just going to go week by week. I can see what's coming up. If I were to have that on month, I can flip ahead months. If I ever want to just jump right back to today, I can just click the button that says today. And so that's just a brief overview of how to navigate through the different views in Google Calendar.